Greenwood had a pop. Woodward still kept. And guess who's there? Throw and support from Abdadia. Alexander Arnold. And 100 Premier League goals.
Welcome to episode 8 of FPL Scoop here on the Footywit channel. So today we'll be talking about, I'm here with Michael anyway. So on Michael, generally about game week 3, how's yours?
Yeah, I wouldn't say I had the best of the game week. I mean, I think the game week got the better of me this time. So, but it was due to it was due to my decision. So I wasn't I didn't really make that decision. So I had to switch last minute because of I was having the double Liverpool defense, which we all knew that Man U is going to resurrect at some point. So I was like scared to do something about the situation, but I didn't do it the right way. So I was hit by that during the game week. So I think we look forward to the next game week.
Of course, we have to look forward. But first, let me rant about how bad game week was for me. You won't guess how bad it was for me. I had Rodrigo on my bench. I had Rodrigo on my bench. After taking -4 hits for him, I benched him. And guess who I started ahead of him? Neco Williams. It was terrible. It was so terrible. But anyways, we have to move forward. So briefly, let me just go through my team before you go through yours. So here is how I did in game week 3. I ended up with 49 points, -4 anyway. So I had Ramsdale in goal for a 6-pointer. I had Trent, Walker, Cancelo, James, and Neco Williams for their 0s and 1s. Then I had in midfield Salah and Martinelli. So then up front, I just brought in Tony for the fixture and he got his goal and that was good. Then I had Jesus for his 4 points and then Harry Kane for his 6 points. My bench was so poor, so I had Ward, Rodrigo for 13 points, Andres Pereira for his 8 points, and then Bailey for his 5 points. So literally everybody on my bench returned. Everybody except the goalkeeper returned. And I'm having 0s and 1s in the back. So it was terrible. It was so bad. So, but anyways, we have to look forward and go forward. So generally, so let's just go through, I think you go through your team. So see how you did.
Yes. So I was laughing at your team because your defense looked like a binary digit something. Like base 2. Yeah, it was in base 2. So I was like, it was funny. So mine was not as in far from it also. So like Cancelo were like very unfortunate. No one expected Newcastle to do what they did. So I think that was like the talking point of the game week. Yeah. So I had Cancelo who returned 0. I had Kukureya 1 point. I had even the lead 2, we didn't see it coming. So I had Alexander Arnold. Like I expected something like that. That was why I took out Robertson. Then James also. That's why doubling up is always bad because the combination of Cancelo and Ake gave me only 1 point. Then the combination of James and Kukureya was just 2 points, which was very, very frustrating. So the only positive there at my back was my goalkeeper, that's Ramsdale, who returned 6 points. I think that was like a saving grace for the meantime. Then going forward, I had Diaz. That was my sole replacement for Robertson. So I switched from Robertson to a Liverpool asset as in Diaz. Then Martinelli, he has been great. So it's he's like a starter now, in everyone's team. Then Salah, I was scared at some point for Salah that I wasn't going to get anything. Well, at last, that's a never look down on Mo Salah because he's going to give in something. Then Haaland, personally for me, I think it's time to start looking for a replacement for Haaland. Then Jesus, we still believe in him. So my transfer was just very, very bad. So
yeah, I'm seeing it. I'm seeing -8 points for 4 transfers.
Yes, I went with 4 transfers. So the idea was to take out, the main idea of my transfer was to take out Robertson, Bailey, and Neto. So, but what happened? Why I took a -8 was because Robertson dropped in price that morning, so which couldn't enable me to do the transfer except by downgrading Perisic also. So I was like, okay,
Okay.
like in doing that now, like I was short of 1 million, you understand? So I couldn't like confirm. So I was like, okay, let me take down Perisic to Ake, which is still 5, and still sure of a clean sheet. Never knew he was going to get that injury. I still thank God he got the injury. If not, he would have ended up with 0 points because Newcastle scored more than they were supposed to score. So,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. So the main thing there is like on paper, this is a very very good fixture. Like on a good day, this team is going to bang. But
Yeah.
last game week wasn't just it for this team. So I feel like I'm not that far. Like I dropped from 700k rank to 2.5. So and it's very
The
easy
ranks
to
are
rise
good.
up again. Yeah, it's very easy to rise again. So I'm not like I'm not scared because there are plans.
Yeah.
There are
So
plans.
so let me just talk about the rank something before we go forward. The ranks are so close, like this period. Because what I can notice is you are on 175 points and you're in 2.5
Yeah.
million. And I'm on
Yes.
172, just 3 points away from you. And I'm in 1 point and 2.9 million. So the ranks are so close easily now. The only issue is going forward, when if you are in a rank like 100k or 200k, it will be difficult, to be more
Yes.
difficult to go up from there than to go
Sure.
down. So we look forward to seeing how it will be. So this game week has been hitting us with the kind of trauma. You felt prey for the what's it called Perish's movement, that you moved him out and cost you a lot of points. So let's
Yes.
just talk slightly on Perisic. The whole Spurs and wing back situation now. Generally, what do you think of, because obviously the right back has been secure for some time now by Mason Royal. So Doherty is not coming in soon anytime, we don't think. But the whole of the left back situation with Perisic and Sessegnon, with a lot of fixtures coming, do you think Perisic face any form of rotation generally?
Yeah, definitely. There's going to be rotation for Perisic. So the thing I'm seeing there is like this like coming fixture now is very congested. So what I
Yeah,
see there is like Perisic is going, although the game for this week for him is going to be secured. He's going to start, and when he's starting is going to, because I discovered that Nottingham Forest, like, they concede a lot of chances on Perisic's position. Yes, so Perisic now is just like he's going. I'm even seeing a 15 pointer for him this game week. That's if Spurs manage to keep a clean sheet, because I know definitely he's going to get an attacking return. Either goal or assist still remains to be known for now. But the issue of rotation definitely is going to get rotated. But what I like, Antonio Conte's press conference was like, he was very like pleased with Perisic. He said something like he has seen the Perisic that he worked with during his time in Inter Milan. So I feel that comment just cements Perisic's position there. So, but this rotation, no, when your manager knows that, okay, this my player is fragile, so they'll do like their possible best to keep you like fit, to avoid
yeah,
injuries coming your way. So they'll use you for the right moment. So that's what's going to happen to Perisic. So for now, he's very very prone to rotation.
yeah.
That's the only issue there. If not, his position is secured and everything. So that's
Yeah.
what
So I feel so too. Just to talk about the Spurs assets continuously, because we're just saying Nottingham Forest concedes a lot of chances, and it's true. Despite that, they did well for the first 3 game weeks for a team that just came from relegation. I feel they did
yes.
well, but they really conceded a lot of chances, and it may prove well for the Spurs asset like Kane. Kane is just like the major Spurs asset now, ain't it? Because we're having the likes of Perisic there, yeah. Then the Son we talked about, obviously, but now
Yeah.
Son, and is there a problem with Son? Though he has had lots of chances in these first 3 games. I think he has had up to 11 clear-cut chances and still hasn't registered a goal. So, what do you think is going on with the Son situation? Some people have been making rumors that Richarlison is going to replace him in this game. So, what do you think generally about the Son situation?
The Son situation there, what I just see there is like he's still trying to like hit that point running in his season. Son like is a slow starter. If you watch from his previous season, he doesn't start. Like when the season has now gone midway, you will now start seeing that performance from Son, and he will now start doing it very consistent. So for now, I don't think he has reached that point where it's like, okay, the manager is going to drop me. But I feel with Richardson in that team, he should be more like scared. okay, this guy is going to drop me for my bad performances. But the kind of player Son is, he can explode at any moment, at any time. And clubs currently now, if Antonio Conte does not play him, there will be clubs looking to get him. So I think that's just the main thing there that just cement his position there. So I feel Son will come good later on in the season, not now, but later on in the season. And Son is this kind of player. He's very strong. He doesn't get injured, so he's going to benefit very well from this fixture congestion. He's going to benefit well.
Yeah. Okay, right. So we're talking about fixture congestion and everything. The main thing is Europe has come in, and there's a midweek there's a midweek Tuesday and Wednesday.
Yes.
So just looking at the fixture congestion, I took this image from Holly Shantz on Twitter. She does very good work there, by the way. I don't know if you follow her, but she does
I do. Yeah, I do.
So what she did here is, let me just bring up the image. So what she did here was go through the fixtures she did it up to Gameweek 16 before the World Cup.
All right.
But these are like the major ones for first stage. So I just cropped it out. So what she did here is, looking at it, we're having Gameweek 4 here tomorrow, like being Saturday. Then Gameweek 5 picking up on Tuesday. I think that's Tuesday and Wednesday fixture. Then we'll have Gameweek 6 again next weekend. So, and now all teams in Europa League and Champions League, they are obviously going to have midweeks for the next 3 weeks, at least next 3 weeks. So generally, what do you think? Because we're having the likes of Man City assets, Cancelo, KDB, Haaland in our team, and even Liverpool, just the big assets then. We're having them, and shouldn't be worried of rotation. Who can you point out that is like major worry for rotation? The team with the major worry for rotation with regards to this general fixtures?
Yes, like you said earlier on, like team like Liverpool, we shouldn't worry about rotation because their players are starters, because there's nobody to like look to after, like before them. So the team that we should be worried for rotation are teams that have like enough squad depth. Teams like Man City, teams like Chelsea. You understand? Then teams like Tottenham, the only places we should be looking for rotation is the wing backs, because Spurs, they have abundance in wing backs. So, and that's why Perisic is very, very immune to rotation. But in Chelsea, we have their players like the Chilwell and Kukurea situation. Then the James situation. James is somehow injury prone, so that rotation still smells there. But I don't think this week there's going to be a rotation issue for now, because for Chelsea, Koulibaly got the red card. So definitely I see Kukurea, Chilwell and James playing together all as one in that fixture versus Leicester. So Man City also is a squad that Guardiola usually likes to rotate a lot. Like if you followed up, I think for the previous 2 seasons, like he has given us like headaches. We'll be like, okay, what's Guardiola going to do? What's his next move? He's thinking, we are thinking also. So I don't think that situation is going to change for now. And there are a lot of players. Although Gundogan, like he's on form now, he's good. Kevin De Bruyne is also looking sharp, he's good. Mahrez might start to come in during this rotation issue. Mahrez will start to come in. There's Foden, there's Grealish. That squad, just avoid their forwards. Just get like the basic and cheap ones. Yeah, that was what I would advise for Man City assets. If you are looking at it, get the basic and cheap ones for now, so you can be able to switch at any moment. So that's my say there.
Okay, so I think I'll just run through my thoughts anyway for the major ones. So for City assets, what I basically think of them is, just like you said, get the major ones. The major ones we can easily draw out from them is maybe Cancelo, because Cancelo obviously will play. Because if he's not playing in the left back position, maybe they manage to play Gomez, and the Gomez that just came in, he will play in the right back. And I noticed Pep played Kyle Walker, who is injury prone. Get it? Who is injury prone? He played him in right back in the Barcelona game in midweek. And also we're looking to see how we do it, because if Pep continues playing likes of Walker in midweek matches like this, it may turn out to be a risk for a player like Walker, and a lot of players have gotten into their team just to double up on that defense. So
Yeah.
the major
That
asset
that that,
I
wa-
can
that
point
was the
out is
reason why
Cancelo.
that was the reason sorry that was the reason why I got Aki instead of Walker, because I know he's injury prone, and like he's this kind of player that his work rate is very high. You understand?
Yeah.
So I know all managers like those kind of players, and when they overuse you, you get injured, and it affects your team structure. That was the reason why I went with Aki there.
Yeah. So okay, just talking about Man City anyway. Haaland, Pep has gone out his way to say if we have 3 matches in like 7 days or in 8 days, you understand? If we have a midweek match and then a weekend match, Haaland is not going to play all of them. So someone like you
Yeah.
and Haaland, someone that owns Haaland, should we be scared for owners of Haaland? Because a lot of players are looking to push him off already. And I really don't mind. I don't know.
Remember,
What are you
I
thinking?
told you earlier on before we started like during the start of the episode, I told you like I'm looking for a way to take Haaland out of my team and replace
Yeah.
him with a midfielder from City. So what I was looking, that's my initial plan, was I'm going to be taking out Haaland and replacing Haaland with Ivan Toney. So I'll now be with Ivan Toney and Gabriel Jesus. Then I'll
Okay.
now replace, that's Haaland. I'll now take out someone from my midfield and replace him with Gundogan. Because I feel for now, Gundogan is like a core member of the City team. Like he's their captain. He has been their captain from Gameweek 1 and he has been performing very well with a very low ownership. He proves to be a very, very good differential.
Yeah.
And he's performing well. That's another pro. So that's what I was looking at. But for me making that switch this week, I have to still take another hit, which I don't want to take another hit this week. So that was why
Okay, so
to have.
personally, I feel
Yes.
Haaland owners can hold for the time being anyway. Maybe over
Yes,
time,
yes.
maybe after midweek, when we start getting some interviews and stuff, we can start working on how we want to rotate it. So going off to Chelsea, you talked about Chelsea a little bit. I feel there's no rotation risk necessarily about their defenders, because if now Koulibaly is out for this game at least, so I'm thinking this game. Tuchel was saying when Chilwell just arrived, when Cucurella just arrived, Tuchel was saying Cucurella can play left centre back or left back. So I'm thinking maybe he will play, because of the lack of centre backs. He may play Cucurella in left centre back, play Reece James in right centre back, and then work out the wing back situation and everything with Thiago in the middle and just that. So perhaps this week, Cucurella owners could still hold and see how they want to do it. But a lot of persons have already moved from likes of Cucurella. Some people moved from Trent to Perisic. So people that are moving from Trent to Perisic, is it a good time? Because I looked at Trent's stats. Trent is still as attacking as ever, and I feel the Silas, the whole Liverpool situation now is helping out, because I feel that there's a kind of change of pattern with the way they play, because they have Nunes now in that 9 position. I feel what they are trying to do is try to put a lot of crosses in the box as much as possible. Try to put a lot of crosses in the box as much as possible, so that Nunes will easily score some goals. We've seen in the last 2 games how Salah moved wide, and then Trent will be the one playing inverted to try and get the goals and stuff. So generally, do you think it's a good time to get rid of Trent, or are managers just being overwhelmed? Because we've had over 300,000 transfers out for Trent this game. What do you think generally about Trent?
What I would say is, anybody getting Trent out of their team now, he's taking a very big risk, because despite the Liverpool situation, Trent has still he has been dropping real good performances, which shows that consistency will always pay off sometimes. Understand? And I don't see it very far that this Liverpool team are soon going to get their reward for despite this their poor run of I won't call it poor run of form. I'll call it an unfortunate situation. They are playing really good, but nothing is coming for them. So definitely they will get rewarded by their performance. So the switch from Trent to Perisic is not worth it, especially for taking a hit. It's not worth it at all, because in a long-term situation, Trent will always outperform Perisic. You understand? Trent will always outperform Perisic because of his danger. He can flash in those crosses, the goal will come. They can get clean sheet situation. He will just stick on that bonus point. like if you even observe, he's always on that bonus point like contention. Even if the team does not play well, I think Trent is like a core
Yeah,
member of this fantasy team. The only player we should be looking to even rotate now, it should be Cancelo, not Trent. You understand? It should be Cancelo. I was even considering like taking out Cancelo from my team and to free up some space. But I was like, okay, Cancelo is like a very is very strong. He's not. He doesn't go on injury. So I was like, okay, why should I take him out? No, I will leave him and see what happens. At least that was why I said I was not. I'm not like I want to make my transfer, and if I should do it, I'm going to take a -4. But on the other hand, I don't want to do it because if I should do it now, I'll be left only one transfer for next week when there is a midweek,
yeah,
and some kind of issue can arise again. So I will not be like, okay, I'll be having only one transfer to make situation. Meanwhile, taking hit. So that was all. Like, okay, I'll just leave my team like how it is for now. But it's still very very difficult because I might still do something.
these are the things we are facing as FPL managers currently. Anyways,
Yeah.
so we really hope to. I feel this game week will give us a lot of insights with regarding the rotation and how the midweeks will likely go. So this whole week, this game week, and then the midweek. So just to wrap up, before we go on to look at our team, this is what we those of you listening on the pod version, we do this every Thursday, but we were unable to do this yesterday, so we're releasing it out today on Friday. So be sure to tune in as much as possible on Friday, on Thursdays, where we do this and we go through our teams. We also try to talk about some talking points in the community, the FPL community, and things to help yourself out. So be sure to like this video or like the stream, subscribe, and put an notification bell so you won't miss out on FPL content coming your way. Like this is a display of the Footywit channel generally. Apart from FPL content, we usually go through game week review from different clubs. We have the Chelsea fan corner, the Arsenal fan corner, and then the Man United fan corner. So these are the things we do on this channel. Be sure to subscribe so you keep in touch with all this. So now, just to go on, let's just look at your team. Yeah, you've already mentioned some things you're considering to do about your team. So just look at it and give us the what are you thinking? Apart from the Haaland movement to Goodwan, Goodwan in midfield, what are you thinking generally?
All right, the way I play this fantasy football, like my friends, they like other managers I know that they've nicknamed me. They call me Pep. They say I overthink a lot, like in this game. So because I'm always thinking what to do, because like I'm always looking for an average 80 points per game week. Like that's to always be up there. But in this case now, like this game week is already ahead of me because I'm having Cancelo. Originally, this team I will leave this team to go for next game because it's a very nice fixture. All my starting 11 they are playing at home, and their fixture difficulty isn't. Yes, their fixture difficulty isn't that bad. So the only thing I'll be looking to do here is since Ake is yellow flagged, as he has this growing concern, so he's just 70% in contention to play for game week 4. So the only thing I'll be looking to do there is to take Pereira, that's Andres Pereira, and replace him with Ake. So I'll just have like 4-4-2. You get. So in this, like by doing so now, Pereira has been very good in form. So he's like I shouldn't be worried there. So my only worry is Arsenal, they are overplaying a lot for my concern. Although for my assets, Jesus, Martinelli, and Ramsdale is very good. But this time, if Pereira should do like what I want, Ramsdale is going to suffer. So, but I don't care. So Ramsdale I can survive on Ramsdale alone, but I'm not looking to make any changes to my team. I think I'll be going like this. So I'll have that 2 free transfer for next game week. So in case there's any other situation on board. Yeah.
But it's still I've seen a lot of persons that are interested in wildcard in this game.
No.
I feel it's a terrible idea.
It's a very terrible idea because most teams have the core players in fantasy at the moment, which in Jesus, in Martinelli, in Trent. So if you have those players, I don't think you should wildcard because I don't like normally the idea for wildcarding is look at your team, then look at the draft of your wildcard team. If there isn't like much difference, like for example now, like this my team now, if I want to wildcard now, I will still have like 6 of these my players. I don't really think there is need for wildcarding. So instead of wildcarding in that kind of situation, I prefer even taking a -8 or a -4 instead of wildcarding, because
Yeah.
it all depends on your team structure. If you see like, okay, the players I'm about to switch from, like I'll still have like 70% in this my wildcard team, you don't need to wildcard. What you just need to do is
Yeah.
like to face the bull by the horn, I just take a -4 or -8 at the moment.
Yeah.
So that's just
And
what my advice there.
yeah, about hits anyway, I feel don't take too many hits. But if you want to justify your wild card, a lot of persons try and justify your wild card by only one game week. So if you are told you are on the wild card, you try and organize your team for at least 2 to 3 game weeks coming from after that game week, you understand? So I think that's just the best approach. People that are on their wild card should just try and organize their team for at least 2-3 game weeks. And now if you wild card now, you're just not getting the opportunity to reshuffle your team until after the World Cup. Like so. So let me just go through my team anyway. I'm still having Ramsdale in goal, and then back four of Trent, Walker, Cancelo, and James. I particularly did not want to double up on any defense because early on in the season we always tend to see a lot of slip-ups and conceding goals. But I've doubled up on the City defense. So for this Crystal Palace game, as you were saying, let me try and count the number of home I think I have a total of 9 out of 11 home players in my team, home starters in my team, and this is good. This is good.
Yeah.
Not like you that have all of them anyway. So for midfield, I have Rodrigo, Salah, and then Martinelli. Then up front, I have Tony, who I brought in last game week, Gabriel Jesus, and then Kane. So I feel I could easily roll the transfer. I've not made any transfer yet. I could easily just roll the transfer and do well. Next game week. So that's what I'm thinking generally. Just before we go on anyway, I noticed you are still on captaincy Salah. I don't think you're going to change your mind, are you? Because the Bournemouth fixture looks good.
Yeah, the fixture looks good, and Salah has a very great record against Bournemouth. And Salah hasn't really proved himself to us this game week. I feel this is the fixture for him to prove himself. So I would have my captaincy on him at the moment. Even ahead of the game week,
so
my captain.
Anyways, right. So this just before we go and talk about our league, you can follow myself or Michael here on Twitter. On Twitter, my handle is @FPL, and then Michael is FPL Rosa on Twitter. So you could also follow us and see. We go through a lot of talks during the week about how people can manage their team and all that. I also run a YouTube channel, Isabi FPL, where I go through my team every week, go to our league, and also try to give some game week preview video, talk about some talking points. So that's just it. Let's go to our Footywit league before we wrap up.